157 days into Season 7, and we have just arrived in Desolation Point for the first time. That's it. That's the lead-in. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series where, I don't understand it either. It's weird. It's super weird. God, it's nice to be moving faster already. All right, we're going to keep going this way, though. It looks like the fog is clearing, which, honestly, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. If the fog clears a little faster, it's not a problem with me. Because I would, it's nice to be able to see not only where I'm going very clearly, but also to spot any predators a little bit more quickly. Okay. So there's no wolf on this side of the church this time. Let's step inside the fence. I do see a reishi mushroom on that stump. And there's a possibility of a wolf on the far side of the fence, so I'm going to get low to the ground here. I don't have low health. I'm not feeling a particular need to, hide from the wolves or defend myself, but I still would prefer not to engage them right now. I have places to go. So I'm in stealth mode a little bit, which I suppose is my permanent Long Dark mode in most cases. I do tend to stealth by most wolves unless... Hello? Okay, I will check to see if that has ammunition. No. That's also kind of grim. There's no more information on how this corpse died. But... how this man, I should say, took his last breath. Possibly woman. Maybe. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep moving. Now let me also make certain that I dropped the right revolver there. I did. Okay. Those beginning of the episode jitters. I don't know what I'm saying. That's not really a thing, but it is kind of an odd thing to discover in the first few seconds of a new episode, so it's just something I want to be cautious about. All right, there's a bunny right there. I'm not going to worry about said bunny. What I really need to do is make my way down towards the road. I don't think there's a wolf super close at the moment. I'm going to put the revolver away and make my way down towards that car. Because there's not a wolf back here, the chances that the wolf is on the road at the moment are pretty darn good. So I'm going to be super cautious here. All right, let's get low to the ground and look both ways before we cross. All right, looking solid. Ooh, accidentally climbed back up on that ridge a little bit. Can I get through here? No, I can't. Too narrow. That's what my instinct told me. Should have trusted it. All right, let's beeline for this car. Search trunk. Nothing. Back seat. Nothing. Front seat. All right, there we go.
I can't feel my feet.
Well, this is interesting. All right, I see a burdock root up there. Huh. Very common for there to be a wolf somewhere around this kind of pathway leading to the lighthouse. You know? Where is our friend? I mean, don't get me wrong. If the game wants to make it easy on me, I'll take it. But where is our friend?
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Must be at the very far edge of their patrol route because there is not a wolf. All right, here we go. First visit to the lighthouse. It's so surreal to be this late in the run and to be just arriving in Desolation Point for the first time. There is a prop deer
So cold.
on the edge of Coastal Highway.
Lay down for a bit.
When I'm ready to head back, I know there will be at least a little bit of food waiting for me. So I'm going to kind of keep a mental note of that. I am losing condition at the moment, so I'd prefer not to keep that situation going. All right, neither of those actually have rose hips on them. That's low vegetation for you. It's a sub-interloper setting, or rather, super interloper setting. Because even interloper doesn't have vegetation set to low. This difficulty, however, does. Hello, you see what I see?
I'll take it.
10 revolver ammo. And some more cooking oil. This is the beauty of arriving in a loot-dense region this late in the game. Alright, there's that bug with the drawer again. Are those oats? Oh my god. Heck yeah, let's go. Desolation Point so far, in the first moments, being very, very nice to me. I don't have a ton of lantern fuel. But the lighting in here is not great right now, so let's use what we have. Note left behind. I've read that one a couple of times this year, so I will skip it this time. Emergency stim, nice. Ruined pinnacle peaches, even nicer. And some, I think those were ketchup chips, possibly beef jerky. Ketchup chips, yeah. Alright. I might be able to get away with putting the lantern away. Let's try that. Yeah, I think I can. I can see fine. The light's not great. It is the middle of the day, so this is about as good as it gets in the lighthouse. Hey. Hey, scrap metal. Well, this is working out. Wow. Alright, cured leather. I picked up some cured leather, I think, at the end of the last episode. Close to the moment that I was wrapping up. But I don't know that I have... Actually, no, it wasn't close to the moment. It was as I was entering the zone. Oh, sewing primer. I do think I actually need that. Let's take a look. I do. Heck yeah. Alright, so most likely up here is like some revolver rounds, if I look closely. Maybe. Because sometimes there are rifle rounds or flare shells up here, but in this case, doesn't look like anything. And to tell you the truth, I can't remember the last time I found flare shells up here. I'm just thinking in terms of the Hopeless Rescue challenge. And what we're accustomed to from that. Okay, fantastic. So, let me step back down here. I am going to just triple check the area, make sure that I didn't overlook anything super obvious. Okay. I do need to get a little bit of rest in me, but first things first, let's go ahead and eat these ruined pinnacle peaches, which should not be physically possible. And yet, here we are. And also, I'm going to consume these ketchup chips. followed by drinking that water. Okay. So I think I would like to rest for a couple of hours here. Hopefully the weather will stay cooperative, but now that I've said those words out loud at the beginning of this sentence, I'm probably going to wake up to a blizzard, because that's just the way things work. 158 days and 30 minutes. There we go. Speaking of milestones, I'm also closing in on... You might think, with the amount of time that I've spent playing this game on YouTube over the years, and you might think with the amount of time that I've invested in tutorial series, and you might think with just the general amount of game knowledge that I've had, even though it has ebbed and flowed during periods of time where I haven't been actively producing content, like, you might think that I would have over 1,000 hours in this game. I actually don't. But I'm about to cross that threshold. I need to check on it probably after this episode to verify how close I am to it. But it's close. It's close. There's some people who are probably thinking, man, you don't have 1,000 hours yet, dude. You did all those tutorials. How do you not have over 1,000 hours in the game? It's like, well, you gotta think, there are so many Long Dark content creators who exclusively produce Long Dark content or have a huge bias towards Long Dark content. I have always had a slight bias, but I wouldn't call it a huge bias towards Long Dark content. I've always had other games that I've played too, other things that I've switched it up with. So yeah, believe it or not, not at that point yet, but almost there. Okay, need to be careful here. One of those howls was coming from the wolf I was looking for earlier. I can tell you that right now. Okay. Let's head out to the Riken so I can finally drop all this coal that's weighing me down. And maybe start a fire so that I can... Oh, hello. Speaking of wolves, there's actually one walking right toward me right now. That's inconvenient. Can't see him. He's... Alright. Just got occluded by that rock. Alright, I need to be careful here because there could still be a wolf up on this side of things. That might be the wolf I was looking for, honestly. Gosh, their patrol routes are just in weird places at the moment. It probably just has to do with how late in the game it is. But at the same time, I haven't been here yet. I haven't killed any wolves, so I would think all of the predators that would have spawned at the beginning of the game would still be in the game. Would still be here, waiting to pounce on me and make my life difficult. Alright, I'm looking to my right here because that wolf was right next to that rock. Looks like they continued moving. Oh, nope, still there. Wolf is right there. Okay. I'm going to veer left here. And then the Riken is on the other side of that rock. But there is something worth checking for loot here. I've got those oats, so food-wise, I'm completely okay. And I'm fairly confident that I'm going to find... Sorry, I'm not using memes properly. I'm reasonably confident that I'm going to find a prop carcass. Oh, I actually hear a deer, possibly the moose, up there. Running around. Possible moose. Alright, there's the Riken. The weather's being a little wonky. But you know what I didn't do in Coastal Highway? I said I was going to do it. I guess we'll do it when we go back through, but we haven't done any beach combing yet. But we can still beach comb here, too. I just was kind of, you know, I'm on rails a little bit. Like, I wanted to get here. And particularly, I want to get to the whaling station. But I'm going to check this body, then head to the Riken. That is probably a perfect torch. I will never say no to a perfect torch. Ever, ever, ever. Now, there is a bear that wanders out this way, so speaking of not trusting patrol routes, I'm going to be super careful about that. Okay, I don't see... Oh, there's a deer right there. So it's not a prop deer, that's a live deer, but honestly, that's kind of preferable because that's more food. If I'm going to be here for a bit, I'd rather have a live one. All right, let's check that corpse. And now I think I'm going to light that torch. Yep, that was definitely a perfect torch that I found. I'm going to use a match. And let's start having a look around, shall we? First things first, though, I am going to go back and drop every bit of fire-starting stuff that I have on me, because that is what is weighing me down right now, and it's kind of obnoxious. Food-wise, I think I'm fine. I'm going to pick up this coal and then drop it again, so I have all of my stuff in one place. Okay, here we go. Sort by weight. Yeah. Entirely too much coal. Drop that. Drop that. What else am I carrying that's heavy? The cloth, I suppose? The oats. Oh, you know what? I've picked up some, like, cooking supplies. I'm going to drop these clothing items because I don't need them. I also really don't need their cloth right now. Okay. Yeah. All right, so that's mostly better. I'm still a little bit encumbered. Oh, I'm also going to drop the scrap metal. There we go. I can drop the burdock root too, but I think I'd prefer to prepare that and have it to snack on. So anyway, let's have a look around. Oh yeah, there's that movement speed coming back. Love it. It's been one of the real advantages of having all the carry bonuses that I have, so that I haven't been walking around encumbered as much as I typically might, because I haven't had the need to. People tease me for being a loot goblin. I'm a loot goblin in Starfield, thank you very much. I just like to have a higher proportion of things with me in the long dark, which without some of the carry capacity bonuses, there's a revolver cartridge there, without some of the carry capacity bonuses, those have a tendency to weigh me down. Once I have the bonuses, then I can sort of function a little bit more normally within my playstyle without being encumbered all the time. But because I was heading towards the... Hang on, let me check over here. Because I was heading towards Desolation Point, and I knew that I wanted to have as much coal as I could safely bring, I pushed it a little bit. So it's nice to step back down to manageable speed. Okay, so nothing on the ground there. I'm really keeping my eyes peeled for revolver cartridges, because if there's one thing that I've overlooked this series a lot, it's revolver cartridges. Alright, nothing up here. There might be something in the bedroom, but normally there's at least one food item up here, and there's nothing. That is upsetting. Wow, there's nothing here. I can't remember the last time the top area of the Riken was this barren for me. That's rough. That is rough. All right, well, let's see what maybe is in the very top area. Maybe that's where the loot table... Maybe that's where RNG broke. Maybe the best items spawned up here rather than in the kitchen. Nope. Okay, here's a scrawled message. Memento with a survival hint. All right, I know exactly where that one is. All right, well, that's annoying. I'm okay food-wise for now, and I know that I'll be able to munch on some stuff soon enough. Let me check down here, see if there's anything at the front of the boat. Nothing that I can see. Anything on this side under the staircase? Nope. All right. Wow. That is one barren shipwreck. Check under here. Anything at all? No? Okay, great. Thanks for nothing, Riken. On to the whaling spot. I could kill the deer if I wanted to, but like I'm pretty confident there's going to be stuff to eat once I get inside the facility here. So I'm going to focus on heading in that direction and avoiding the bear. I'm sure the bear is going to be right in front of me now. That would be my luck. Yeah, I'm definitely pushing it food-wise. I just need to prepare. I think I have more than one burdock root. Actually, I think I have a prepared burdock root I can eat right now. Don't I? Yes, I do. Eat it. There. Now we don't have to worry about it. I think that might be my favorite use of the burdock root, to be honest. Maybe it's the cattail junkie in me, but just the ability to do that, have those 275 calories from every burdock root that you find, especially given that the burdock roots are fairly common, even on low vegetation. I think that's my favorite thing to do with it. All right, so there's another transponder for signal void. Haven't found a radio yet, by the way. Might have something to do with the fact that when I started the series, I think we were still in the period of time where the radios weren't spawning. So that might still be affecting this save. You never know. That's pure speculation on my part. I don't actually know for sure. But might be that.
Can you eat trees?
No. No, Jennifer, you can't. Creative thinking, but no. That's a negative. Okay. Okay, first loot check right here. I'll keep this torch burning for now. But I think at least one food item. Oh, water purification tablets. Okay, well, that's not totally nothing. That's not absolutely nothing, you know? All right. Well, I'm going to have to change torches here. I'm honestly, I'm a little bit baffled. There's so little here right now. There better be stuff. Maybe it's just because of how late we are on the run. Maybe some stuff is despawned. Maybe that's it. But there's just so little loot here. Okay, here we go. Whetstone. Now we are talking. Okay, I knew that I had like missed a turn somewhere and that there was another room I hadn't checked. I knew it. Okie dokie. Let's see. Yep. All right, let's go back outside. I'm going to stay around the back side here until I'm sure of where the wildlife is or is not, as I take my eyes off of that exact concern for no good reason. All right, so here's some rose hips. Actually been a while since I've run into a wolf on this side. I think it's happened in the past, but it's pretty rare. The wolves tend to be on the other side of the building. All right, here we go. Here we go. Into the whaling station proper. Pinnacle Peaches immediately. Archery training manual that is useless because I am a master archer. Thank you very much. I've spent this series becoming that in more ways than one. But I'm feeling pretty good with my bow skills in this. I have to say, though, I haven't decided on this yet, but I don't know necessarily that the next time I do an Against All Odds series, I don't know that I'll keep the rifle off. It's not that I won't use the bow. It's there's a reason that I wanted to rely on the bow and switch to the bow. But I'm not sold on this no rifle at all mode of play. I like the scarcity that I play at, and I would love if they were to add more, nuance to that in some ways. I've talked about this in the past because there's no way to tell the custom settings. Oh, there's some matches. Nice. There's no way to tell the custom settings. I want the knife and the hatchet and the hacksaw and whatever. Well, the hacksaw always spawns, but I want the knife and the hatchet to spawn. But I don't want the, high-level clothing to spawn. Because if I could set that, I would run that all day long. I don't necessarily love having, being required to improvise a knife or a hatchet. I'm not opposed to it, but if I had a choice, I would still have the ability to go for that, the standard knife, the survivor's knife. Nice, there's a torch. Tin of sardines. The survivor's knife and the hatchet, as opposed to the improvised hatchet. But at the same time, not have the highest level clothing items in the game. I like, actually, the aspect of Interloper loot, which we're running on right now, where the scarcity of certain items and the unavailability of things like the Cowichan sweater and the Expedition parka. I like the fact that those aren't in the game. That challenge I'll take. But forcing me to make a knife and a hatchet, forcing me... I've talked about this in the past, not just in this series, but... forcing me to improvise those items and forcing me to go to the forges earlier in the run, as opposed to really giving me the ability to go wherever I want and survive in any direction I want to move. That's what I would ultimately prefer. That's kind of what my vibe is for the Long Dark. It's not that I don't want the difficulty, but I don't like feeling like an aspect of the difficulty and an aspect of the settings is pushing me in a certain direction, making me go one way. Thankfully now, when I first would rant about this, there was only one forge in the world. There are multiple forges. So that's the upshot. Oh, nice. There's a car battery there. That's the upshot, is that there are multiple forges. Hang on. But even with multiple forges, the thing is, they're still only in certain places. That's the way it works. So, unfortunately, even now, I would prefer just to be able to wander in whatever direction felt natural, given the circumstances of the playthrough. You know what? Before I crack that safe, I'm going to take advantage of this torch. I don't want to waste this firelight. I'd prefer to have the full autonomy, to go in whatever direction I wanted, as opposed to feeling like I had to go towards a forge somewhere. So, that's one thing that I hope they work with in the future. One thing I hope gets tweaked. All right, that is another whetstone. Hey, this is... Okay, Desolation Point is officially being very kind. And I think I see another distress pistol there. I already have one, but it's nice to find a second. So I'll have, for the first time in a while, I'll have some loot to get rid of when I leave here. Well, I'll just have some things that I've picked up. Oh, hey, look at that. More revolver ammo. I'll have some loot just to drop and never worry about again. All right, so for those of you who see these and go, oh, make sure you don't miss those sodas, Hadrian. Those are not sodas. Those are empty cans. Every now and then I'll have a commenter be like, oh, you missed the soda. It's like, no, I didn't. That's a crushed can that's useless. Understandable mistake. Completely forgivable. But just for the record, those are not sodas. Okay. While I still have this torch, I'm going to head back down. Let me triple check in here. Man, 2 new whetstones. So even if I don't find a heavy hammer, which right now it's not looking good. Heavy hammer's not looking good. Even if I don't find a heavy hammer, though, there's still, I think, going to be the ability to sharpen the stuff that I have with those new whetstones. And who knows, I might find a third before I leave. Because we're not done exploring here. There's still a good amount of territory to be searched. Why, no, you did not see me duck prior to checking this area out, because you don't have to duck. It seems like you do, but you don't. It's pretty great. All right. A decent amount of stuff up here. A couple more revolver cartridges. Painkillers. Let's check the top. Ooh, more pinnacle peaches. But nothing else, sadly. Okay. Almost done. I have my hopes up that there could be one more whetstone here before we leave, because there are some workbenches in here that I haven't checked yet. Right here. Oh, did I already? Oh, maybe I did. Wow. See, that is an indication, more than most others, of just how much time I've spent not only in this particular area in the Long Dark, but how much time I've spent in this area while commentating, because I genuinely am so used to that and like moving through this area and checking everything that I had no memory of checking that workbench already. Are you serious? That's so funny. So I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, there's a workbench I haven't looked for, and all the rest of you just saying, Hadrian, you literally looked at that 30 seconds ago. Welp. Very interesting. Okay, so there's a couple of fuses here. I knew there was one more workbench, but I very much doubt there's another whetstone at this point. Unless it's here, which it's not. Okay, so we can check the safe. I'll check the shelves over here. Nothing there. Yeah, this is perfect timing. Now I can go check the safe. And feel like I've looked everywhere that I needed to. With this firelight prior to the 100% torch going out. And I did get some lantern fuel a moment ago. Once again, picked it up, got excited, but I don't think I even noted that that's what I was excited about. I'll go ahead and pick up the ruin torch because that does count as a stick. And there's some cloth there, so I guess I'll take that. Double checking for a whetstone, not seeing any. There's a slight possibility that if I break some of this stuff down, that there will be things back here. Notice that there's kind of an area back here. So, might work on that. But for now, let's crack that safe, shall we? I'm going to douse this torch, because I don't actually need it to crack the safe. Let's see if we can do it in one. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. Wow. Wow. 59. $59. 31. 58. There we go. A book,
Can I use this?
some cash. No, no, Jennifer, no, you can't use this. You definitely cannot. That is not a useful item whatsoever. But we found 2 whetstones, which, you know, I'm never going to complain about that. All right, I'm going to stop right here. Let's put the lantern back away. We're going to plop the bedroll down right beneath us. And now I'm going to take this opportunity to consume some of this ruined food. I'm not going to consume that coffee, though. We'll save that for later. But these pinnacle peaches will get us through the night. And they'll replenish my thirst a little bit, which is lovely. So let me now sleep for, I'm going to say 7 hours. I'm going to get 6 and change. That's fine. And then I will still need to pass some time, which will be annoying from a calorie perspective. But I also have some sharpening to do at the beginning of the next episode. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, we will finish looking around Desolation Point. Didn't find a heavy hammer, so no forge run this time. We're going to have to make our way towards Forlorn Muskeg. And then that actually kind of works out because we need to be on that side of Forlorn Muskeg to get to Bleak Inlet. And that's the way that we're going to go, I think. I don't think... Well, Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we can use the ravine to get into Bleak Inlet. But actually, I would have to do that if I wanted to get into the top section of Bleak Inlet right away. So yeah, maybe we use the ravine instead. So the forge run will be after Bleak Inlet, most likely. I might even be able to leave. Oh yeah, that's how I can do it. I can leave Bleak Inlet from the entrance that I've used in the Against All Challenges meta series, both in Escape the Darkwalker and As the Dead Sleep. And then I will be able to just go straight to the forge, which already has a heavy hammer by it, because I've used it, and make the things I need to, which I no longer need to make a new axe, but I still would like to have some arrowheads. I was going to say revolver ammo for some reason, but I've already done that with... I've already gotten that taken care of in Blackrock. So, anyway, that's just some musings on what we have coming up in terms of future, like the next couple of series. And I just want to make sure, did I finish my thought earlier? I did. You know, I was thinking earlier about like whether or not I want the rifle in future Against All Odds series. And so that's something I'll continue to kind of think about, sometimes out loud, sometimes not. But it's been an interesting way to kind of break my skill set in on camera, as entertaining as it's been at points, with the bow. And I'm glad that I've done it. But at the end of the day, I might be leaning back towards that for future Against All Odds content after Season 7 has concluded. But for now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If you're not new here, look for the join button to access channel unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes drop every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.